What are your viewpoints on hosting? If you are anything like a very large majority of people, it gives you anxiety, it can cause you stress, it makes you overthink to the point of just not doing it at all. And so today I really want to talk about hosting for community's sake rather than any other reason. Because if there's one thing that I know, it's that we need community. One of the definitions of hosting is a person who receives or entertains guests socially, commercially, or officially. But in our homes, it is so much more than that. Now, if you're new to my channel, I am Sarah. Welcome to Grace in My Space. I typically talk about all things home, but today's video, while I'm going to give some hosting tips, because I really do think there are some really easy ways to make hosting less stressful, today, my video, I kind of want to focus a little bit more on the community aspect of it and just general things that we need in life, specifically as women. And stay tuned because at the end of the video, I'm giving a bit of a life update. This year, I had the distinct privilege of preparing my home in many different ways to host the most amazing group of fellow YouTubers. You may know many of them, especially if you've watched past retreat videos, but this year I had the privilege of hosting, and I want to talk about the purpose and the importance of hosting for community over everything else. Now I'm going to show you a few glimpses of how I prepared to have them to my home, including some handmade items. My son made these beautiful rolling pins on his lathe. I ordered some special gift bags and some special treats for them. Of course, I cleaned the house top to bottom, including many different things that I really just wanted to check off my list, like patching holes and getting those spots repainted, washing the couch cushions that hadn't been washed in a while, hanging that last minute item. All of these things kind of go into preparing for guests to come over. But before I get into some of the hosting tips that I want to chat about, I want to just show you, if you don't feel like you have a space that you can entertain, especially in the summertime, this is the easiest way to do it. Let's create a no patio, no problem outdoor dining experience with very simple everyday items elevated in very simple ways. I have put so much work into this landscape, and we don't actually have a patio around it to enjoy it. And so why would I not do a backyard party theme using folding tables and higher class looking folding chairs to actually enjoy this space rather than only being up on the deck and not being able to take in and experience and share with guests all of this beauty. I think that a lot of times people avoid hosting because they don't feel that they have like the proper setup. But a backyard is actually limitless. You can use up the entire space and you're not confined by the boundaries of a concrete patio or something along those lines. So I could add like easily 50 seats in this area and enjoy it all with the garden behind me, just using folding tables and folding chairs. In my opinion, the easiest, it's starting to get bright out. It was cloudy when I started this, and now I'm like, oh boy, this is a poor choice because I'm blinded. Now, in my opinion, a tablecloth is all you really need to make this not look like folding chairs and folding table. A beautiful tablecloth goes a long way in making it feel very intentional and very classy and elegant, and also like cozy and charming and welcoming, so that people aren't coming in and sitting at a plastic table. But in addition to that, using your everyday dishes instead of paper goes a long way as well to make it feel like tea party style. So regular old glasses, a beautiful appetizer set with these clackled glazed dishes, the appetizer tray comes with it, and then everyday dishes, just literally whatever you have, pop it on the table, use the good stuff. Use the good stuff And the fact that you're sitting at a folding table with folding chairs completely disappears from everyone's mind. Now, obviously, I need more food on this table. I would gather a bouquet of beautiful flowers from my garden. There's so many ways you can even dress this up more. You can do centerpieces and displays. You could do arches around it. But I really don't like to do that much work. I feel like this is all you need. You need good food, you need comfortable seating, and you need good company. And that's about all that's required for you to have a really memorable and fun experience with your family and friends. I just really love the simplicity of these types of dishes. They can be used every day. They can be used for any occasion. These ones in particular are just interesting because they have kind of a handmade appearance. They're all a little uneven. They're all a little different. And so they feel a little bit more high end, even though they're really affordable. The serving tray is beautiful and matches the appetizer plate with this really pretty crackled glazed finish. Even something as basic as a vegetable tray is dressed up by picking some flowers from your yard and just popping them onto the tray. The tablecloth is the winner in my book. I think that it's so easy to swap something in and out that's your style and make it feel very much personalized to you just by adding a really pretty tablecloth. And then kind of the bonus of this setup, rather than being constrained to a patio, is, like I said, you can add as many tables as you want, but then you can also kind of make it like a free-for-all party. Like, you can include the upper deck and guests can be strolling through your garden that you've worked so hard on and enjoy all of your flowers and the beauty of the space. But then they can also be a part of it up here. And then just create a little bit of easy ambiance with some garden solar lights. During the day, they're just really cute and adorable. And then at night, they light up the space so pretty with just a subtle glow. This is the day that everyone arrives. I cannot wait. And I'm gonna take you on a little house tour, even though my family will be living in this space for the next 24 hours before everybody comes to see it. They have a checklist. Fingers crossed it's gonna kind of stay clean. They have been actually so supportive. Owen has helped me so much this summer to get the outdoors ready. Addie has helped me so much inside to get the inside ready. Erin has been my cheerleader on every project that I've tried to tackle this summer to kind of get those things checked off the list that have been bothering me for a while. So I know that they will keep the house ready. They'll do it. I have confidence. Now I want to walk through a quick home tour for those of you who have been with me for a while. You may have seen me plant every single one of these plants painstakingly, and I'm so pleased with how it's all coming in. I really love how lush it's starting to look, even though the majority of these were only planted this year. So I have some furry friends on my porch, and they are welcoming our guests. But I want to chat through removing anxiety when we are hosting. I will be the first to say that it can be stressful to have a group of people over, even though you know that it's most likely that you're the only one who sees the problems of your own home. You know that they're not going to walk in the door and start swiping the white-gloved finger for dust. They're not going to be commenting on any out-of-place items or that project that you haven't gotten to. The majority of those anxiety and stress-ridden thoughts are really coming from a place that I kind of want to put the kibosh on. Maybe it's past experience, maybe it's the way you were raised, maybe it's the way culture or society tells you that your home needs to look. Whatever it is, I just want you to throw it out the door, because the likelihood that it's valid and not just a tactic of the enemy to keep us from community is very low. As someone who literally invites thousands upon thousands of people into her home on a daily basis, yes, it is social media, and no, it's not in person, but let me tell you that social media is a much more vicious place than your friends and family are that you are going to be bringing into your home. And so from my own experience, I know that the majority of those thoughts and those anxieties are coming from a place of fear rather than a place of reality. Maybe the fears are founded on experience, maybe they aren't, but whatever the case is, they can be overcome. I've had some rather unpleasant experiences both online and in person. And about 5 years ago, I decided that I would stop only inviting the people that I was comfortable with into my home and open it up to a larger group of people. And while it hasn't always been comfortable situations, it has been such a blessing to be impacted by people who I would have missed out on had I not had the courage to say, welcome into my home, welcome into my imperfect space, welcome to a place where I hope that you can rest and rejuvenate and feel safe to talk about things that matter. Some of my fondest memories are of times when it was a last minute decision to say, hey, come on over, let's have a pizza night, let's talk for 5 hours, let the kids run in the yard, and just actually have that community that so many of us wait for perfection to invite in. Now, while there are a lot of different ways that you can host, you can have just your closest friends over, you can have a Bible study, you can have your boss and his wife over, you can have business meetings at home, you can have all kinds of different situations where you're inviting different kinds of people and different relationships into your home. But a few very easy things that I like to do to just make me feel more at peace with inviting people into my space and hopefully make them feel more welcome are just picking up. Yes, does it sound ridiculous? Of course it does. But I just pick up the essentials. I don't go hog wild, deep cleaning every last thing. Make sure the bathrooms are clean. I pick up the kitchen, and the rest of the house is pretty much just a tidying situation. Then I pull out some fresh flowers if I have them on hand, and if not, then I grab a bouquet of faux. These peonies I actually ended up saving from when my peonies were blooming in May. You just cut them at the marshmallow bud stage, pop them in the fridge with a wet paper towel, and they will last for months, and then you can pull them out whenever you are ready to actually host. Another thing that I like to do in a lot of different kinds of hosting situations is just invite people to bring a dish to pass. And while a formal dinner party might be something that's necessary for the type of entertaining that you're doing, most of the time, the people that you're inviting over are really happy to be able to contribute, and it makes the entire setting feel more at peace and less on edge because it's a little bit informal, it's a little bit casual, cozy, and everybody feels like they're contributing to the success of the night. And once all of the cleaning and the food prep is prepared, the rest of the time, I am just focusing on community. Are there games for the kids to play so that they're having fun and the adults can have time to themselves as well? Does everyone know where the bathroom is? It's a very basic thing, but that's a lot less uncomfortable to just announce this is where the restroom is or here's where your amenities are, and they don't have to ask you later. Do we have comfortable seating to sit at for great discussion and more? And before I get into the rest of these tips, I want to introduce you to the beautiful ladies that I was hosting from across the country. About 4 years ago, this beautiful group of women invited me to come join them for a YouTubers retreat. It's kind of like a bloggers, YouTubers conference where we're able to sit down and really talk about the business in a very interesting job that not many people are a part of. But on the other side of it is this beautiful community of faith-filled women who encourage each other, who live together for 4 days, who enjoy each other and have very similar interests and just really love to have fun. So we have Kristen from Kristen Hoffman, Andrea from Pine and Prospect Home, Cami from Tidbits and Company, Sarah from She Holds Dearly, and this year Andrea's sister Jess also joined us, and it was such a privilege to host all 5 of these beautiful women in my home state of Michigan. Filming each other.
Oh, it smells.
Get pictured.
So good in here.
Does it really? Oh, that's good. You know I can't smell my own house, so.
Cameras out. This is so funny.
So pretty, Sarah. Oh, this is so much bigger in real life.
Cute.
I can't tell from your videos.
Now I'm going to make sure and put all of their channels in the description. You have to follow along with them. I promise they are the most fun and talented women you'll find.
Okay.
Ready?
Go
Silly?
ahead.
I feel like there's too much gap right here.
There we go.
I was
I'm taking videos
You're
while.
doing a video.
Now, while a lot of our time was spent just sitting and talking, discussing life, discussing community, discussing YouTube and blogs and the business and the content creator industry, we also really like to have fun. And so I took them to some of my all-time favorite shops and antique stores, including the Found Cottage, which is well known in my area and an absolute gem of a store. And we had so much fun antiquing and thrifting and finding some really cute finds that I will likely be sharing with you in future videos. And it was so much fun.
Me too, actually.
I feel like it's hard to tell the scale of these platters. They're so big. Did you find something, Kristen?
No, am I the last one?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's possible.
Everything I see I like.
I know.
Again, I'm just like, what do I do with it? My thought with these things too is that I'm like, oh, okay, so this could be used to just use it as Tupperware, just use your food in it, but then I don't know if there's lead in there or
yeah.
not. And so I'm like, darn it, it'd be so pretty.
I know.
But I just don't need it.
Now, one of the things that I just absolutely love about each one of these girls is how creative they are. And in all of their channels, you will learn so much from them about homemaking, about homeschool, about faith, antiquing, thrifting, decorating our homes, doing it on a budget, gardening, all of the things that I hope that you are here at my channel for, you will also find in theirs from such a unique perspective. And that is one of the things that I just absolutely love about gathering women and learning from each other, is because there's so much talent and there's so much experience to be shared to spur one another on in our faith and in our businesses. And that can be said for any community that you bring together in your home, no matter what the commonality is amongst the people that you've invited. Who's holding the show? We have to fit in the car with way too much purchases.
Anything for the antiques.
It was truly such a refreshing time of faith-filled conversation and joy. I thought I'd finish out the rest of the video with a little scenic sunset shot. So I have a little life update to share in a little bit. But first, I think that one of the biggest struggles that we have as women is just feeling lonely or feeling alone in XYZ. Maybe it's alone in parenting style, or alone in interest, or alone in the type of fun that we like to have. It can feel like we are a one of a kind, but not in a good way. And I really think that when we start to feel like we can't relate to anyone, that no one understands what we're going through, that we just kind of have to grin and bear it, that this is what life is, that is the best time to invite community to yourself. And is it risky? Heck yeah. It is so scary to be vulnerable enough to say, I'm going to open my home to any number of people, whether they are somebody you've known for decades or a brand new person that you just met. But gathering people with the specific intent to foster community within your home, or even if it's at a park or somewhere outside of your home, but it's a gathering that you've initiated, that is the best way to get community and to build it, because somebody has to start sometime. I think that the tendency for us as women is to sit back and wait to be invited and to say, oh, nobody's inviting me. Oh, nobody likes me. Oh, Susie got invited with Catherine, but Catherine didn't invite me. And you just let kind of this offense fester when there probably wasn't any ill intent in the first place. But Catherine and Susie, they were intent to get together, and so they did, and now they have community. And I think that if we took more responsibility as women to be the initiator and to welcome people into our imperfect spaces and make them feel like they're wanted and they're welcome, it would go such a long way in combating the epidemic of loneliness that we have very specifically in America, because our culture and our society is very individualized, and we are the pull it up by your bootstraps kind of a group of people, and so we think we don't need anyone, and what kind of baloney is that? Now, what I love about the group of women that come together for our YouTube retreats is that we are all very different, but we also have some common interests. Obviously, we all have the same job, so that is a bonus. You find a group of people who have at least one common interest, and you are just initially clicked. But the thing that I love more than that common bond is that we all have a very different life experience. We have some moms who are homeschooling, some moms who are public school, some moms who are private school, have some differences in belief, in doctrine, and yet we all love the Lord, and we come together and have some of the most meaningful and rich, deep conversations about faith. We are all at different stages of parenthood, from babies all the way to grown married children. We live literally across the country, from Washington all the way over to Michigan, and we have all of these differences among us, but all of these differences are what give us the ability to have conversation that is rich and interesting and helpful to each other. And so I think that if you are kind of hesitant to get into a group of people who aren't exactly like you, I would say don't be. Embrace the differences and show grace where there's disagreement and love where there is tension, and you will just glean so much growth, personal growth, and joy from those interactions, even if you're not 100% on the same page. After all, what community is there that's 100% in agreement all the time? So if there's anything that I can encourage you with, it is to be the initiator, be the host, be the person who is uncomfortable having people in their spaces, but willing to open their doors anyways. Clean the bathroom, pick up the house as much as you want or as little as you want. Ask them to bring some food to share. Have finger foods, easy appetizers, order pizza for all I care. I'm telling you, you don't need anything else that the world tells you that you need to have a good hosting environment other than the people. Now, if this video seemed chopped up in any way, shape, or form, it's because I have a puppy now, and I was very distracted. She's a bit of a spitfire, aren't you? Yes, you are. Life update. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Yay, good job. Potty training is no joke, okay? I'm just saying, I forgot what it was like to have a puppy. Willow is our 3-month-old cockapoo. She is my daughter's dog, and bringing her so much joy, and the rest of the family lots of giggles, and me a bit of stress. Not our first time having a brand new baby puppy in the house, but definitely the first time in 10 years that we've done so. And you know how child labor you tend to forget about. Turns out you also tend to forget about the work that puppies are. So feel free to send all your potty training, no more chewing on my furniture tips, and stay tuned for lots more Willow and Ellie content to come.
She sleeps like this. From this angle, I don't even think you can tell what her body is. Hello. Hello. Come here, baby. You are hilarious.
Ellie. Ellie's not a fan at all. She just her back's just faced to me, so we'll give her some time. But if you have any tips on dogs, older dogs, acclimating to new puppies, feel free to let me know. This time with these women is one of my favorite events of the entire year. Every single year, it is such a joy and a privilege to get to hang with these people, to get to learn from them, to have community with them. And I hope that you will make sure and go check out all of their channels as well, because they are beautiful, amazing people, and you will absolutely love them and learn from them. And I hope join their community. I hope that today's video has helped if you have ever been in the boat of just not hosting at all because it does cause you anxiety or stress, and that these tips have helped you to feel like you might... Did I mention we got a puppy? I have a feeling that many of my videos to come are gonna be full of little puppy whines because she is a people person and does not want to be away from me. But I do hope that today's video helps you in some way if you have ever felt the hesitation to host. And make sure, and if you are a seasoned hoster, I am always looking for tips and tricks, advice. Let's just be a community within the Grace in My Space YouTube channel and drop in the comments any advice that you have found helpful for yourself in resting, in hosting, in having intention in gathering. And I think that everybody can read comments then and learn from each other as this community helps one another. Thanks so much for watching. Next week, I'm really excited. I'm going to be doing a video on how to use antiques in a modern home, which is really a fun topic for me because it's something that I absolutely love to do and I love to teach about. And so I'm going to be sharing all of my best tips. Hit that subscribe button. I'll see you next week.